Yoganandi. Haribo, Haribo. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Astotara Shata Shri Srimad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Goti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Shigaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sharmakund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Swami Baldev Subhadra Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi Haribol, Haribol. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Bo. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Budale Shmati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharne Nirvishesha Srinivadi Paschatya Deshatarne. I never know what to say after kirtan. It's like, what is it? What more can you say? The holy name is everything. Yeah, that's all I can say. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. It takes 10 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that? A whole shelf of books to explain the meaning of Hare Krishna. So there's so much in this mantra. Actually, all of Radha and Krishna's pastimes are there in the mantra. The whole spiritual world, what to speak of the material world, that's like nothing compared to this mantra. All of Krishna's potencies are invested in his holy name. That's what Lord Chaitanya says. He says, my Lord, you have invested all your transcendental potencies in this holy name, and there aren't even any hard and fast rules for chanting it. But just imagine, in most yogic processes, there are many rules. For example, deity worship. Deity worship was the means of self-realization in the Dwapara Yuga. So in Dwapara Yuga, to attain self-realization, you have to get up very early in the morning, 4 o'clock, take a cold bath, outdoors if possible, even in the winter. Then you have to put on clean cloth, go in the temple, perform achaman, and then precisely at the beginning of the Brahma Muhurta hour, 90 minutes approximately before sunrise, then you have to wake up the deities and perform certain worship, very elaborate ceremonial worship, using up to 64 different ingredients. And many, many prayers, many mantras, many mudras, holding your hand a certain way and this and that. Very elaborate worship. Almost no one today can perform this worship. Only a few people in India, or if they're specially trained up in temples, they can do it. But the average person cannot do it. They have neither the means, nor the knowledge, nor the patience, nor the inclination. In Treta Yuga, the process of self-realization was great sacrifices, enormous undertakings. Imagine everything that goes into a football game today, a huge stadium, a great arena, all kinds of elaborate security measures and people, keeping up the grounds and everything like that. All of that went into a great sacrifice in the Treta Yuga. Thousands of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands would come. And they all had to be accommodated, they all had to be fed. There had to be sanitary facilities for all of them. And then in the arena itself, there was a huge fire altar. And the fire altar would be stocked with wood, and there would be all kinds of qualified brahmanas performing the sacrifice and chanting the mantras from the 4 Vedas. And by their mantras, the demigods would actually appear. They would pour tons of ghee into the fire, and the smoke would rise up and it would coalesce into the forms of the demigods by the power of the mantras. Nowadays, there are no qualified brahmanas to perform the ceremony. There are no qualified kshatriyas or kings to underwrite the ceremony, to support it financially. And even if you did give one of these huge sacrifices, who would come? Nobody understands the significance of them. So this path is also not workable in this day and time. Then in the Satya Yuga, the path was yogic meditation. People in those days lived up to 100,000 years. So they could sit down and go into trance and simply meditate for thousands of years and purify their minds like that. But try doing that today. It's not possible. It's not possible. There's no one to support the people in the forest. In those days, everything was pure. You could drink from the streams. Today, you try that, you get, all kinds of diseases. And not only that, fruit and other edibles, vegetables, and so on grew naturally without being planted. Today, that doesn't happen because it's Kali Yuga. There are no qualified kshatriyas, so the earth doesn't bring forth good fruits. That's the problem in Kali Yuga. So how do we get actual self-realization in this day and time? We chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna. That's what Hari Bol means. In case you didn't know, when you're saying Hari Bol means chant the name of the Lord. Hari. Hari means lion. Hari means thief. And of course, it's a name for the Supreme Lord. He takes away all of our sinful activities by his holy name. And he's a lion. He's very strong, very powerful. But he's also very loving and affectionate. Lions are like that. They have those two sides in their character. So we can approach the Lord by chanting his holy name very easily. And in that way, we become free from all sinful activities, full of transcendental knowledge, and we become blissful. We become full of ecstasy. Everyone who has participated in a kirtan, they know this. Sometimes the Lord will actually appear in your heart or in your mind by this chanting process. It's very wonderful, and it leads to the highest realization. I can tell you, if you just immerse yourself in chanting 24 hours a day, somehow or other, then you'll get the result very quickly. And that's our process. Everything else is simply to prepare us for that chanting. The austerities that we perform, the regulative principles, the philosophy, the service that we do, it's all just to get us ready for that ultimate sacrifice, that ultimate yogic process of chanting. And that's really the bottom line. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevala. Kalo nastyeva, nastyeva, nastyeva. Gatiranyata. In this age of Kali Yuga, there's no other way by yogic austerities, no other way by great sacrifices, no other way by elaborate deity worship to attain self-realization than to chant the holy name. Chant the holy name even in the offensive stage. Chant the holy name in the clearing stage. Chant the holy name in the perfectional stage. And this way you will certainly attain Kevala Bhakti, pure Bhakti. Bhakti without any mixture of karma, yoga, or jnana. That means fruitive activities, mystical powers, or speculative philosophical knowledge. Pure Bhakti means pure love. And so when we develop this pure love, we get the highest nectar that we've always been searching for. We've just been looking for it in the wrong place. So please chant this holy name. If you don't like the Hare Krishna mantra, chant some other mantra. There's thousands and thousands of holy names of God you can chant. The one that you have faith in, that's the one you should chant. Speaking of thousands of holy names, we are still studying the 1,000 holy names, Śrī Viṣṇusahasranāma. And today, we only got to do one verse this week because we got all busy with redesigning